Hello, I'm Dr. Pravallika, Ayurvedic doctor at Akkineni hospitals. I hope you're doing well. Let's explore some important insights today. Please stay tuned and make notes.
Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to explore how a deeply ancient Ayurvedic therapy is rapidly becoming a pretty vital tool for modern stress recovery. If you've ever had one of those days, or let's be real, weeks or months, where you feel like your brain has just completely had enough and you're running entirely on fumes, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating practice that is totally capturing the attention of the modern wellness world. So let's just dive right into this visceral, frustrating question that so many of us face in today's hyper-connected world. Why are we constantly exhausted even when we literally just slept for 8 hours? You know the feeling, right? It's incredibly common to wake up tired despite logging what looks like a full night of sleep on paper. Your mind just stays occupied. This exhaustion isn't just physical muscles being tired, it's deep-seated. Whether you're a young executive struggling with total burnout, a middle-aged parent juggling an endless to-do list, or really anyone dealing with constant mental restlessness, exhaustion has basically just become our baseline normal. We're physically lying in bed, but our brains, they're still out there running a marathon.
And a huge part of this comes down to what we can call the invisible stressors. These things are quietly, constantly accumulating just beneath the surface of our lives. I mean, think about it. We are dealing with relentless digital overload and screen exposure from the very minute we wake up. We're constantly balancing intense professional demands with family obligations. We've got irregular sleep schedules, poor posture from being permanently hunched over our devices, and all this creates an underlying buzzing current of emotional fatigue and chronic anxiety. It's a nonstop bombardment, and it just piles up day after day after day.
Now, here's the kicker. All of this persistent, daily pressure creates an absolutely massive burden on our physical bodies. Our modern nervous system literally gets stuck. It gets locked into a chronic fight-or-flight response, which is what medical science calls sympathetic nervous system activation. And this persistent state, it physically elevates our cortisol levels, causes systemic inflammation, triggers deep burnout, and leads to profound mental fatigue. We are essentially running our body's engine at redline all the time.
But what if there's an ancient fix for this very modern problem? This is where some incredible ancient wisdom provides a remarkable intervention. Let's introduce our solution, Shirodhara. The term actually comes from two Sanskrit words, Shiro meaning head and Dhara meaning continuous flow. It's a therapeutic procedure where a super steady stream of warm liquid flows gently across your forehead, right between the eyebrows. At first glance, it sounds, and looks, incredibly simple. But for thousands of years, this visually distinctive therapy has been regarded as a profoundly restorative tool, specifically designed to completely reset that overwhelmed redline nervous system we were just talking about.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in practice? Well, a standard session is never rushed. It kicks off with gentle preparation, just to signal to your body that, hey, it's finally time to let go. Then comes the core of the therapy. A specially designed vessel slowly pours warm liquid in a continuous, deeply rhythmic flow right over your forehead. This is then followed up by a targeted head and scalp massage and, this part is crucial, a mandatory period of post-treatment rest. The whole environment is quiet, controlled, and intentionally crafted to give you a sense of deep, meditative stillness. And you might be wondering about the liquids they use. They aren't just random off-the-shelf oils. Traditionally, it's a warm herbal oil, but practitioners might actually use medicated milk or even buttermilk. It completely depends on an Ayurvedic assessment of your specific constitution and your symptoms. These liquids are intentionally chosen to maximize your body's physical recovery. The warm application provides immediate thermal and tactile relaxation. It triggers these sensory pathways that literally tell your brain you are safe now. Plus, they nourish the scalp, provide targeted cooling or warming effects, and directly enhance the overall calming of your nervous system.
Section 1. Bridging two worlds, ancient Ayurveda and modern neuroscience.
It's fascinating because Ayurveda and modern neuroscience are essentially just speaking two different languages to describe the exact same physiological shift. Ayurveda has told us for millennia that Shirodhara calms an aggravated Vata dosha, finding an energetic balance to soothe anxiety, mental overactivity, and insomnia. Meanwhile, modern medical research explains this exact same phenomenon by showing how the rhythmic sensory stimulation and therapeutic touch actively regulate our autonomic nervous system. It forces us out of fight or flight and into our parasympathetic rest and recovery state, significantly lowering cortisol. Two different worlds, perfectly describing the same profound healing shift.
We all know the heavy physical toll of modern sleep deprivation, right?
It weakens our immunity, ruins our mood, speeds up cognitive and metabolic decline, and creates hormonal and cardiovascular issues. It's a mess. But after experiencing a true nervous system reset like Shirodhara, patients consistently report a total paradigm shift. They experience vastly improved sleep depth, much easier sleep initiation, and reduced nighttime restlessness. They actually wake up with a genuinely refreshed mind. It literally breaks the cycle of exhaustion by allowing the body to finally feel safe enough to rest deeply.
In the subjective, personal experience of it, it's just as powerful. Patients frequently describe this deep mental calmness and a really profound reduction in all that exhausting, looping mental chatter. Many even describe it as a literal sensation of heaviness physically leaving the mind. But what's absolutely crucial here is that Shirodhara forces a complete, non-negotiable mental disengagement from digital stimuli. Think about our fast-paced urban lifestyles. We almost never experience intentional stillness. Having a forced break from our screens is literally vital for rebuilding our emotional resilience.
Section 2. Integrative medicine, the future of wellness. The beautiful thing is, modern medicine doesn't actually have to reject traditional healing. A perfect example of this is Akkineni hospitals. They view integrated wellness approaches not as strange alternatives to science-based medicine, but as powerful complementary systems. They're asking the right question. How can safe traditional wellness therapies help support overall health alongside modern medicine? It's all about combining evidence-informed medical guidance with preventive care, lifestyle optimization, and these deeply rooted traditional healing philosophies.
Now, a quick reality check. It's really vital to set realistic expectations here. Shirodhara is an incredibly powerful tool for stress management and sleep wellness, for sure, but it is not some miracle cure for serious medical conditions. Responsible healthcare positioning always emphasizes safety and qualified supervision. It is meant to be used as a complementary tool, never as a replacement for essential standard medical evaluations. Integrative wellness works best when it's based on a highly personalized assessment, treating you as a whole person rather than just handing out a generalized one-size-fits-all solution.
But sometimes the carefully crafted, ritualistic experience itself is a huge part of the medicine. Modern healthcare can feel so rushed and highly clinical, right? But the ritual of Shirodhara, the intentional presence, the dedicated time, the therapeutic warmth, and that perfectly controlled, calm environment with absolutely zero digital screens, it provides a deep, deep psychological restoration. The ritual itself acts as a powerful signal to your mind that, okay, it is finally time to heal.
Ultimately, what this shows us is that true health is not merely the absence of disease. It's so much more than that. It's about actively creating a sustainable lifestyle where balance, calmness, and vitality are actually woven into your everyday life. It's about taking charge and managing your nervous system before the burnout inevitably occurs.
Ancient wisdom systems remind us that sometimes healing doesn't begin with more intensity, more medication, or more striving. In a world that is so technologically advanced, yet completely emotionally overstimulated, a simple stream of warm oil flowing rhythmically across the forehead represents something incredibly rare and profoundly necessary. It gives us a moment of complete stillness. If you were separated from your screens, your schedule, and your stress for just 1 hour to experience this, what kind of person would you be when you sat back up? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time as we continue to unpack the science and wisdom of modern wellness.